Well, hello there, and welcome to your July 2025 numerology on a very hot day here in Georgia at Metaphysical Roundtable. I'm Jennifer, and I'm not kidding. It's very hot outside. I know it's the humidity and not the heat, whatever, but it's hot. Yeah. So, I guess June, this last little bit of June is just preparing us for July because it's usually like pretty hot in July, but I digress. All right. So first of all, thank you to everyone who was kind enough to reach out or kind enough to message me and say, I really enjoyed the mid-month numerology. I will continue it this month. We're going to see how long that goes, really. So loving the mid-month numerology, doing a little reading there. I really do appreciate it, and I also appreciate all the feedback that you're giving me about things that I can do to improve my channel. So thank you. Now, I will get into the astrology for July. And remember, again, this is just a snapshot. This is not a really in-depth astrological talk or video. This is just to give you an idea of what is going to happen in July so that you can sort of see like how it's going to affect your life path number. Yeah. All right. So when we enter July, we are carrying over some energy from June. And the biggest energy that we are carrying over is this Venus-Uranus conjunction that we have beginning on on June 30th. So what happens is when planets are within 3 degrees of each other, we call it a conjunction. Now, a direct conjunction is when they're right in alignment with each other. But when they're in 3 degrees of each other, we still call it a conjunction because they're interacting and they're at play. So starting on June 30th, we have Venus and Uranus in a conjunction. Okay? That energy is going to continue until July 7th. Just letting you know. On the 4th of July, Venus moves into Gemini at 11:31 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also on July 4th, we have Neptune going retrograde at 5:34 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Neptune will be retrograde until December 10th. Venus, oh my gosh, still thinking about Venus and Uranus conjunction. Venus will... I said it again. Oh my gosh. I'm not redoing this video. I'm not. Neptune will retrograde back into Pisces on October 22nd. So later this year, you will see Neptune leaving Aries and going back into Pisces. On July 7th, we have Uranus moving into Gemini and joining Venus. It's a very interesting conjunction. I just want to let you know there's a ton of astrologers that have covered this all over YouTube. I'm not going to go into it in depth here. Maybe I'll make another side video, a short, or put it on TikTok. But anyway, I digress. On the 10th of July, we have a full moon in Capricorn that hits its peak at 4:37 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On the 13th of July, we have Saturn, which is also in Aries currently, going retrograde at 12:07 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Saturn will be retrograde until November 27th, 2025. Saturn does also retrograde back into Pisces, but in September. So on September 1st, Saturn retrogrades back into Pisces. On the 18th, and I know you guys have been feeling this energy because I have, Mercury goes retrograde until August 11th in Leo. Mercury going retrograde, we usually feel it like a couple of weeks before the shadow, before retrograde, and then there's a shadow period after. It's really, the shadow period before Mercury retrograde is the worst for me personally. I don't know about you, but I'm interested to know what you think about that. But Mercury does go retrograde on the 18th. On the 22nd, we have the sun moving into Leo, and the sun is so happy because the sun rules Leo. Love that. On the 24th, we have a new moon in Leo that hits its peak at 3:11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And on the 30th, Venus, who's been a busy girl this month, Venus moves into Cancer at 11:57 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, Venus started off in Taurus, went into Gemini, went all the way through Gemini, and is now in Cancer at the end of July. Very exciting. So we end the month with 3 planets in fire plus the sun. So we've got Saturn, Neptune in Aries, and Mercury in Leo, as well as the sun. And we have 2 planets in water. We have Jupiter and Venus in Cancer, and the North Node is also in water. It's in Pisces. We have 2 planets in air. Uranus is in Gemini, and Pluto, which is also retrograde, is in Aquarius. And we have 1 planet in Earth, which is Mars in Virgo, and it is also there with South Node. So not a lot of grounding energy this month. It is a lot of fire energy. Very important to remember that. And we have now, at the end of the month, we have 4 planets retrograde, and 3 of those planets are going retrograde in July. Yeah. So, I want to get into the crystal because this could help us with all these retrogrades. And retrogrades don't have to be bad energy. It's more about redoing, rethinking, reworking. You know, it's the stuff. Yeah, that's what we have in all this retrograde energy. So let's get into the crystal of the month. Oh my gosh, so excited about this. Just gonna move my notes so that I can do this right. And I'm trying to not hit cats. Does that happen to any of you? Yeah, okay. All right, so the crystal of the month is Moonstone. Now, speaking of cats, Mouse has definitely messed with my stuff today. So the crystal of the month is this gorgeous, gorgeous Moonstone. And you know, I collect hearts. My friend that collects crystal hearts got me started on this, and I bought her one for July. She didn't know that yet. But this, look at the Moonstone. Look at the variations in these Moonstones. They're so pretty. They really are. So brown, sort of white, yellow. Some are sort of opaque. These are sort of white. Some of them are opaque. Definitely has a little bit of that striped energy in it. Right? Look at those pretty girls. Oh my gosh. And really brown. See all the browns and the yellows there? It's just, they're so lovely. And really, yeah, a lot of white. So, I mean, because it is called Moonstone. This cute as a button guy at Heart, Soul, and Art here in Marietta, Austin, was the one that suggested Moonstone for July because he is a Cancer. And he actually introduced me to a rainbow Moonstone. I'm saving that for another time, but I did love it. I loved it. So just letting you know. This is the card that I pulled from the Healing Oracle Crystal Reading Cards by Rachelle Charman. I don't really see a lot of purple in Moonstone. However, she may have put that purple energy or essence around the card because of the chakras. So, Moonstone, and I got all this information from the Encyclopedia of Crystals by Judy Hall and the Healing Oracle Crystal Reading Cards by Rachelle Charman. They will be listed in the description box below. I also looked online just to confirm or just to look up and verify some of the things that I had heard about Moonstone. So just a lot of different websites out there. But Moonstone really takes care of our chakras, really helps with emotional balance, and it definitely helps with that energetic balance that we have with our chakras, because Moonstone helps the crown chakra, the third eye chakra, the heart chakra, the solar plexus, and the sacral. I mean, all of them except for the throat and the root chakra. So this covers a lot of territory, all right? The Moonstone definitely helps us connect with the divine feminine. It helps us in manifesting and law of attraction. So if you're trying to manifest something, put a little Moonstone like next to whatever it is that you're writing down or working on. Carry it around in your pocket, sleep next to it, because it definitely also helps with our dreams as well. But it's great for growth. It's great for new beginnings. It's great for fertility, new projects, new ideas coming in, new creations. It is definitely a very creative stone. It enhances our intuition, and it's used for a lot of psychic protection. So that's supercalifragilistic, right? It's definitely bringing in a lot of harmony and balance, but it also is fantastic for the 9 year that we're in. I may have mentioned that like 800 times already, but the 9 year that we're in is about releasing old patterns, right? Well, the Moonstone helps us to draw out those old emotional patterns so that we can release them. So it's not only fantastic for Cancers, it is also fantastic for the 9 year. I love that. Did I cover everything? I think I did. Yes. So yeah, hormonal imbalance, emotional balance, it's good stuff. It is really good stuff. So that being said, I know, go find you some Moonstone this month. The cards that I'll be pulling from today for the advice cards is the Goddess Guidance Oracle deck and Moonology from Yasmin Bolin. I know, the same cards I pull every month, right? But I'm really excited about July, hoping that it's not as hot as it currently is. I'm sure it's just going to get hotter, but just have to crank up the air conditioning, right? In the meantime, let's see what's going on with your individual life path number this month. Hello, Life Path 3. Well, July for you is a 1 month. New beginnings. That's not a song. I don't know. Let me tell you, Life Path 3, this is fantastic for you. It really is. It's all about receiving inspirational ideas, being open to that, getting creative, and that is so right up your alley. You are incredibly creative, and bringing in the creativity of the one is really, really gonna it's gonna work for you. It is. So this is a great time to take leadership. This is a fantastic time to discover confidence in yourself. This is the first time for you to take This is a great month for you to take the initiative and really, really utilize the courage that comes along with that one vibration. This is an amazing time, not only for new beginnings, but to say, hey, I put that dream or that idea or that project on a shelf because it wasn't the right time. I didn't have the energy. It just wasn't whatever. Now's a fantastic time for you to pull that down, polish it up, and just go, there's a jewel underneath here. There is, I know it. And now is a great time for you to tackle that and see what those dreams, ideas, or projects or whatever looks like from a different perspective. You're breathing new life into it. I can't even get the words out today. I mean, really. But it is a great time for confidence. This is a great time to see the potential in a project, a person, whatever. This is a really great time. The mantra of the one is, I am inspiration. I fearlessly direct my creative ideas into action. And that's where you're headed. That is 100% of where you're headed. The lesson of the one is to push through insecurities and doubts while developing, not discovering, while developing confidence in your own abilities and your own brilliance. I do like this. I really like this for you, Life Path 3, because you're a creative force. You really are. And so that being said, the shadow side of the one is isolation, insecurity, and doubt, which can make people think that that vibration is selfish, lazy, or even aggressive, because it's just sitting back and going, ooh, I don't know. I feel really insecure about that. I'm doubting myself. And because of it, I'm just going to isolate myself, or I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to doom scroll on TikTok or something. That's not the answer. That's not where we need to put our focus on. If you start to feel insecure, if you start to feel doubt, especially during this month, especially during this vibration, that's where you need to step back and just go, okay, I don't feel really good about this. I'm not comfortable. How can I get comfortable? How can I focus on what could be? How can I see the potential in this? And work your way through it. It's not easy, but it's worth it. So 3, your mantra, let's just step into some of your stuff, right? The 3 mantra is, I am creativity and vibrant expression, sharing my authentic voice freely. And that is so perfect in a 1 month. Get out there and express yourself. You are all about self-expression, whether it's with music or speaking engagements or writing or even art of any kind. You are all about self-expression, and you support other people's self-expression. We love that. We really do. So you're very creative, you're very artistic, and I really think that your imagination is going to be able to take off in this 1 month. The lesson of the 3 is communicating emotions openly and letting go of judgments of self and others. Because remember, your shadow sides are judging of the self and others too harshly, unable to speak your truth or communicate openly, which, let's face it, we've got Mercury retrograde this month. Watch your communication, okay? Because that leads us down the path of pessimism, exaggerations, and getting a little too gossipy. That's not really where we need to be. Yeah. Remember, when you start to feel those shadow sides, when you start to feel that shadow energy, just step back a bit and go, okay, I really feel this way. Don't sweep it under the rug. Step back and just be like, I'm uncomfortable. I feel this way. How can I get out of it? Or what is triggering this? Yeah. All right, let's see what kind of advice cards we get for you. I am going to change the camera before I forget. Oh, I thought Mouse was about to join us. I was kind of taking bets as to see how many videos he's going to join today. So far it's been 2, but I was waiting. Ooh. He's so cute. Jasmine is sort of woken up. Everybody's really excited today, tell you. Ooh, Sulis, bodies of water. Spend time near water, such as a lake, a river, or the ocean, to recharge your batteries. Oh, that is so perfect for you. Well, you know what? It's really perfect for this month because it's mostly a month of Cancer, right? Yeah. What's wrong, Jasmine? Ooh, South Node. Don't let your past hold you back. All right. We can do that, right? Don't let your past hold you back. Ugh. Having a problem with the glasses and the headband. It's a whole thing today. Okay. Don't let your past hold you back. The South Node, like the North Node, is a karmic point, but it's opposite to the North Node and relates to the past, perhaps even to past lives. Well, that's accurate. Whatever you're going through and whatever you're asking about, there's a chance that age-old programming and conditioning is stopping you from achieving all that you might. Do you feel stuck in something? This card will often come up as a sign that the situation or relationship you're asking about has somehow become suffocating, even toxic. It suggests that someone, you even, needs to be released, that there's some kind of addiction going on or an unhealthy attachment that needs to be sorted out. One thing is for sure, when you get this card, you're being challenged to make some changes, even if staying where you are feels easier and safer. I release the past. Well, that almost sounds like the 9 month that you're leaving that we have here in June. All right. Well, we'll see. I'm very excited about this. We'll see. We'll see. Thank you so much for joining me today, Life Path 3. I look forward to seeing you again in the mid-month check-in for your life path. And until we meet then, get out there and make your magic. Bye. Have a great July.